let's just go into what you got. You got a thing called Baby. Brothers Against Bangin Youth.
Yep.
2008. What inspired Baby? Because that's really your of all the stuff that people will say you're down for. You know, Bear's known for. Bear's this. Bear's that. He did this. But at the end of the day, Baby supersedes any of this street shit that you've accomplished.
I agree.
What inspired that?
Shit, man, this is finna be funky. So, and this ain't no disrespect to nobody. Growing up in this gang shit, and I got to give it to you like this. Blood, Crip, I don't give a fuck what you is, Hispanic. We got politics like the United States have politics.
No doubt.
And
these Crips and Blood hoods are like mini nations.
Yeah, exactly. And you got people that wants to be the leaders, and they assassinate a motherfucker to be that leader, whether it be verbal or physical. They will do this. And you got people aspiring to be the next whoever they want to be. For me, if I gotta tell you the dead honest truth, I was considered, to me myself, I was a follower. To my moms, I was a follower, because in our hood, Zamora ran straight through the neighborhood, Zamora Avenue, and my house sat right on 92nd and Zamora. And so once I became 8-9, the game started being played.
And when you became 8-9, did some of the hat gangs feel betrayed?
No.
Okay.
I think I felt more betrayed before them.
Okay.
Because they all, and I wouldn't even tell you no lie, a dude named Chili from Avalon was with them one day, and I was working. I was about 14. I was working for WLCAC, and me and my homeboy and
shout out to the Watkins.
Yeah, my homeboy and dog. We got off work and we went in the neighborhood, and Don Knotts and him was with him, and he was. I wasn't paying attention. He was behind me, but we had just got paid, and I had $40 in my hand, and he fired on me from behind. And I fell on the ground. And
he dope fiend you, huh?
He dope fiend me. And motherfuckers is looking at this, or when they look at it, they know I'm not lying. Desi, all you motherfuckers know. But they seem to forgot who I was. So when I got fired on, he grabbed my money, and they took it and they walked away. And I'm like, all right, boom. I go to 8-9 because that's my family background. And I holler at a couple of people. They give me a thing, and we push back over there. And I hollered, The last thing I seen of Chili, he was running across Central trying to get away. And from that point on, I was like, fuck you motherfuckers. And so that's how I ended up turning 8-9, even though at this time, and I'm talking to any hat gang, everybody that want to ask the question, the motherfuckers told me I was the last. Desi, my boy Skeet, they would call me the last hat gang. Because I was still trying to bang. I wasn't ready to quit. I was just starting. They was already toning down. They wanted to be dope dealers, and they was like, "Oh, well, you're the last hat." I'm like, "All right, fuck it." You know what I'm saying? But all my homeboys I'm running with is 8-9s. All my best friends, Big Sleep, Crow, Lil Sleep, Lil CJ. These are all my best friends from kids. You know what I'm saying? Childhood. And we running together. I'm like, fuck it. You motherfuckers are doing this. And then my brother had got shot. Junior Bridges and them had bust on him, hit him with a shotgun in the face. Boom, I turned 8-9. I didn't get courted on. I went busting. And so that was my way of getting walked on. I've been pretty aggressive as a young dude.
Wait, so he got busted on by an 8-9 family?
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah, man, trust me, you ain't gonna work nothing. I tell you, we was like a movie thing. Daily, every day. We was the pioneers of the gunplay. So if you want, I ain't taking nothing from the families. I'm just letting you know what's real and how it really adds up. They wasn't the number one bangers. We was the number one bangers. I mean, I'll tell you this. We was so strong and we were so at it that we affected a lot of other gangs. A lot of other gangs.
Specifically the 8-9s?
No.
Or just the Coasters?
Coasters, Hoovers, everything that fuck with. My
homeboy, the Coasters is so big.
You missing it. My homeboy Duck had a touch so far that it wasn't even funny. He was loved by all. When his funeral came, it was Bloods, it was Crips there and we had to respect, this is 8-9. This some mafia type shit. We had to respect that they was coming to show their respect to him. So we couldn't trip. We couldn't trip on them. We couldn't fuck with them. And matter of fact, 8-9 had to stand down and stay down with Hoovers, period. Like shit. That's them his brothers. That's say homies. Y'all can't do nothing to them. It was homies there. That's riders. That was like, man, fuck it. We can get them. No, y'all can't, homie. This is Duck's. This is Duck funeral, homie.
All right, so you was saying you back to the baby story. So you turned 8-9, and you're tying this into what inspired baby.
So what inspired baby? I ain't got to go into that.
No, that's important because I love that dudes from the street start their own organizations and go to the schools and work with the youth. Skip Townsend is another guy out there.
That's my boy.
Who else? Let's shout out some of the guys that's doing this work out there because I can't think of all of them. You probably know them better than me.
Shit, I got to give it to Skip Townsend. I got to give it to Taco.
Taco from Gardena.
Wiz, rest in peace.
Twin from Hoover. Twin from 107.
Mr. Kevin Orange. That's
Kevin, and his last name is really Orange.
Yes, that's
his real name is Orange.
I grew up under them. I knew him. So you got to understand, when I'm talking to you, we was taught that we respected our G's. You feel me? So these dudes that you just named, Daryl Ransom and them, all these dudes, we had to follow suit and we had to respect these guys because of their contribution to this Crip shit. You feel me? I'm not finna talk no goofy, no sideways shit. You know, when we grew up, if they came in the hood, they were safe. If they came and visited Duck House, they were safe. You know what I'm saying? And it was taught all the way through. So we used to stay in the Hoover hood. Even though I was getting into it with the young Hoovers, shit, the Hoovers would come and see us sit right there on Colton and Hoover and would not trip. You know what I'm saying? But big school, little school, smoke, all them, we got into it with them. I've been in a Hoover party where they started this because we were Yo-Yo, me and J-Bone. There ain't number 2 East Coasters in there. And they dissed first. That's when the song came out, Rumors. And they dissed first, and I jumped up and dissed back. J-Bone come out the kitchen, get up, and we pushing everybody back. And my nigga, Baby Charles, he make the Hoovers bag up. He say, move, man. So boom, they letting us walk out the party. We on 95th in between Vermont and Hoover. And we walking out, and we in my Elko. And I give Bone got my keys, and I say, Bone, look, I see Scoob and them, they on my side. Scoob, if he see this, he know. They on my side. And he and his white folk, they busting the trunk open, they getting their shit out. And I'm like, look, man, they on my side, just get me to the hospital. If they hit me, get me to the hospital. Bone like, we gonna make it out of here. And we bag out. And as soon as the back of my tires hit the street, we hear 2 gunshots. When we hear the 2 gunshots, it's Queek from A-Tray, Big High, it's Day, it's like 5 of them. All of them got shotguns. And they tell them they're not finna touch us. They telling us straight out, y'all go. We bag out and we push. They don't bust at us or nothing. We able to leave, and we stayed right around the corner on Colden and Hoover. Yo-Yo and Baby Charles and Mac and Lil Mac, all these dudes is J-Bone and Lil T, the Washington's family. So they was like, nah, y'all not finna fuck with them. And we was able to leave. You feel me? And I'm saying to you, again, here's some stupid shit. We know we not supposed to be there. I remember Lil Fudd walked up to J-Bone. He stuck his hand out like Lil Fudd because they didn't know who Bone was. They knew who I was. It was like, you know, Lil Fudd, such and such. And Bone didn't even reach out and shake his hand. Bone sat back and said, Mr. J-Bone Low, 8-9 East Coast. He took his hand back and walked back over there to Scooby and them. And if I'm lying, my nigga, my mom's is lying. They know this happened. You know what I'm saying? Yo-Yo, she had us in there. We was kicking it. All they girls we knew because they stayed in the apartments with us on Colden and Hoover. And Smiley and Red and all these dudes would be over there, and they showed us much love. You feel me? We involved with the 9-0s. 8-9, this is why I'm like, what? The families. We involved with the 9-0s becoming neighborhoods. But really what they became first was West Coast, because they couldn't be East Coast, but that was because they was fucking with us. Me, Lil Big Sleep, Gangster John, Quick Tongue, all of us used to be on 92nd over there when they fell out with the Hoovers and became 9-0 and separate.
Yeah, they were 9-0 Hoovers first. There was a guy named Foam that got killed. I think he's kind of the founder of 9-0 Hoover, or one of the early line pushers over there.
He was one of the ones.
And then they turned West Coast?
No. Then Space Ghost supposedly killed K-Mac from 7-4, which was Tracy Boo brother. That's my homegirl, much love to her. You know what I'm saying? To her brother, too. You know, like I said, there was lines that was crossed that was cool. And when all this shit happened in the 9-0s, they kept, the 9-0s main beef was with the 107s, really. That's with the foam stuff and all that. The Space Ghost supposed to be killing K-Mac was something else. And that's when it was the final straw. And they cut them loose, and so the 9-0s became that. And then like Miz and all them, my boy Babu, Meech, Donut, you know, these all the G niggas from 9-0s that we fucked with. And they started claiming West Coast, and then once they went to jail, and all of us ended up going to jail. By the time I got out, they was Neighborhood, and they was 90s, and they was from over in the Jesse Owens area now. You know what I'm saying? Because the twins and all them was from that side. They was originally 9-0 gangsters, but then it took the gangsters out and became the neighborhoods, and that became your 9-0s. But yeah, like I said, man, A9 has been involved in a lot of shit. My homeboy Gangster Ron grew up in 111 hood. He stayed in the 111 hood. That's how the 111s used neighborhood, not the 60s.
Wasn't the 11-5 the first neighborhood on the west side?
Yeah, but I'm just saying, that's 111.
Yeah, 111, 11-5.
They all the same.
Yeah.
Back then, my G homeboys ran with them dudes and did shit with them dudes. So, you know, I'm telling you the history I know. And
hey, man, I could sit here for the next 3 hours and talk about this history, but I need you to talk to me about Baby.